Let's go through a New Year's update, shall we? So hello, welcome to my first video of 2024. It is currently the 4th that I am recording this video. And how have y'all been? 2023 was rough, to say the least. 2023 probably had some of the biggest challenges for me in life, not just in K-pop collecting, but also just in life in general. So I hope that 2023 was kind to you all because you deserve it. The hardships sucked, but we made it. So here's to 2024 being a better year for all of us. Now, I wanted this to be my first video of 2024 because I figured doing a life update / a K-pop collection update would probably be best. Since it is the 4th currently, most people are just now recently sending out trades, including myself. So I have a lot of trades that are coming in the mail. I sent out probably 5 trades yesterday, and I still have plenty more trades to send out in the next week or so. With that being said, the next video that I'm going to record, and I'm probably going to record after I finish recording this one, is going to be my K-pop updated collection video. There are going to be a lot of photo cards missing because of the holiday hiatus, but I have my little script off to the side next to me so that way I stay on track and I don't ramble, because I know myself. I know that if I do not have a guide, I'm just going to ramble and not make a lot of sense and then have to cut out a lot of things in editing, and I don't want to do that. Also, just like in my introduction video, you're not just going to be staring at a photo card of Han, even though he is lovely and this photo card is so cute. I will put some B-roll that correlates to what I'm going to talk about, so don't be alarmed. Or if you don't really care about the B-roll and just want to listen, to each their own. So let's start with the life updates because that's going to be the shortest and I want to get it out of the way. Plus, I'm pretty sure most people are going to be more interested in the collection changes and goals that I have anyway. So the life changes that I have will be impacting my collecting goals for this new year. One of the new changes that is going to be happening is that I am going to be moving this year. My roommate decided to move to a new city for better life chances for them, and that's great. So I am going to have to move in July, so that means I need to start looking at new apartments for me to live by myself. And if anyone who is living on their own knows, living on your own is expensive without someone to help pay with rent and utilities. So the amount of money that I have to spend on K-pop, that budget is going to have to be diminished to make sure I can pay all my bills, because you need to make sure that you are paying your bills, you are paying your rent, you are paying for your groceries, and you can eat before K-pop. K-pop is not more important than your basic necessities. So right now, I don't have a plan on where I'm living because I also need to find a new job. I know in one of my previous videos that I had stated that I was starting a new job and then I'm excited to start my new job. That job ended up falling through for reasons out of my control, and so I need to be job hunting again. So I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to get paid. So again, all of these life changes that's happening will have an impact on my future collecting stuff. But those were the 2 big main life updates for me. So now I'm going to talk about what collection changes and goals that I'm going to be making in the new year. So there are a couple of collections that I ended up dropping. One that I know that I've talked about before has been dropping my Geno collection. I decided to drop Geno in I think like the fall of last year, simply because I don't feel the same way about collecting him as I did when I started. I did pick up Jaemin as a collection, and I loved collecting Jaemin, and I love his photo cards so much. And I think that he surpassed Jeno in the line. So I decided I wanted to focus on Jaemin and then get rid of my Jeno collection. I do still have some photo cards of Jeno that are super cute or mean a lot to me that I wanted to keep, so I do have a 9-pocket spread of that. But the rest of my cards are up for sale or up for trade, and I'm basically trading to any of my wish lists. I don't really care which wish list is being offered, as long as it's relatively the same value for the card. The other collection change that I had, and I don't know if I've mentioned it in a YouTube video, but I did mention it on my trading Instagram, is that the members that I collect for Billy are now different. Originally, my Billy biases were Moonsua, Suki, and Siyun, and once I started to watch their variety content again and watch their videos and funny moments and whatnot, I really fell for Suyeon. I decided to drop my Siyun and Suki collections and to pick up Suyeon instead. So I do have a lot of Billy cards that are also up for sale or for trade. It's mostly Siyun. There's some Suki in there. I think there's some extra Haram in there that I had originally been trying to trade for. So yeah, and Billy isn't too hard to trade or buy for. The community is so sweet, and the photo cards are such a reasonable price if there's like just one card that I'm missing. And the last major collection change that I have is that I am dropping the entirety of my Twice collection. That may seem like a lot, and it really is a lot. I had started collecting Twice on behalf of someone because they could not, and that person is no longer in my life, and since it was my money that I had spent, I am deciding to sell it and give the photo cards and the albums to a new home. If you remember my old photo card video, then you know that I started collecting Twice with the Summer Nights era, and I do have a completed album collection up until Ready to Be. I do also have a Nyan solo album that I am going to put up for sale, as well as all of the photo cards. I do have a lot of photo cards, and I do have a lot of larger inclusions that I just want to give to a good home that will appreciate them. I am going to sell or trade them for any of my wish lists, as long as they go to a good home that'll appreciate them. That's the only thing I care about. Now, the next big change that I am making this year, and I'm going to try and be more conscious about this year, I am going to change how I buy my albums. And in that way, I mean I would much rather buy the one set of albums that I need and then buy the rest of the photo cards separately from elsewhere. I have a little corner in my office that is just filled with extra K-pop albums, and I do know that it's a lot of waste. I've been trying to sell them or gift them to my friends, but it hasn't been as successful as I'd hoped, and the albums do just sit here in the corner of my room. One thing that I have done with the albums is I've started to repurpose them. When it comes to selling or trading photo cards, I will use the individual pages as the card essentially, or I will use them for the collages that are around my office. I know I've mentioned this multiple times, but with how broken Instagram is for trading specifically, it's so much harder to try and find K-pop trades than it ever has been. I feel like once I am stable in my job and my new place, that I am going to focus on buying things from Mercari Japan or Pokemarket. Pokemarket does have a lot of good photo cards for a decent price depending on what group you're looking for. And Bai can have a lot more bundles, and I do collect multiple members for pretty much all of my groups. So I can find listings that have bundles of all of the photo cards for one member, and it would save me so much time and money and resources to just buy from there instead of trying to find trades on Instagram. Now, this is going to be kind of a fun update in the way of I'm genuinely excited for this. I haven't stanned a lot of new groups within the past year. I definitely didn't get into as many groups as I have in previous years, and I don't foresee myself getting into too many moving forward. However, there is one group that is set to debut in about a week that I am excited for, and they are called All Hours. I am on TikTok a lot, even though I don't post, and their teaser videos for the new group and the new album popped up on my For You page, and I thought the teasers were so funny because at first they look all edgy and dark and mysterious, and then they expand on the bigger picture and they are just silly, goofy, the situation's not as you seem type of deal. So that had caught my interest, and then they had posted a highlight medley of the debut album, and I can honestly say that the songs and the parts of the songs that they teased are up my alley. So I'm not saying I'm standing them. I don't like standing pre-debut groups, but I am hopeful for this group. I don't know if I will collect them at all, but if I do start collecting them, then you will see them pop up on this channel more often. So now those are all of the changes that I will be making in the new year. Lastly, I want to talk about some of the goals that I have. Personally, for me, I don't like making goals because I tend to put an immense amount of pressure on myself to complete the goals, and I get really downtrodden when I don't. So these are more of things that I would like to accomplish if I can, or I can kind of take them at my own pace. The first goal that I have is to complete postcards. But wait, Emery, why postcards? Because no one ever trades postcards. I have had the same 3 postcards from NCT's 2 Baddies sitting on my desk because no one trades the bigger inclusions. So I have a lot of bigger inclusions that I am missing because of that reason, and I don't collect bigger inclusions for a lot of groups, but the ones that I do, they are important to me, and I would just like to finish them so that way I do have a sense of completion. Another goal that I want to do is I want to get back into making collages. I said earlier that I have some collages that I put up around my office that I have made, and I love making them. I love having the creative freedom of it. That is a good part for me in buying multiple versions of albums, so that way I can do this. However, with the year that 2023 had been, I did not have a lot of time, nor energy, nor creativity to make as many as I wanted. I do have some albums that I have set aside so that way I can start making collages, whether they are the poster size or they are 8x11 cover sheets, or if they are binder dividers. I do have some wiggle room to make multiple sizes. One thing that I've thought of doing for just some getting rid of extra waste would be to put some up on an Etsy and sell them on Etsy. Depending on how people end up liking them, if I do post them anywhere, I would definitely consider selling them in the future. And the last goal that I have is I want to buy more fan-made merch. I am like most other people who collect K-pop stuff, is that if it doesn't come with a photo card, I'm not interested. But if it does come with a photo card, then I feel obligated to buy it if it's cute. If it's a cute photo card, then I will want it. I don't want to have that mentality anymore. And we all know that K-pop is one big capitalism scheme. However, I want to hit on that point because we have seen a lot of K-pop group merch that is not cute. I have a thing where I collect tote bags from every K-pop concert that I go to if they have them. So many of the tote bags that I have are not cute. They are so plain. They have nothing really telling as to who the group is besides like maybe the logo, maybe the name of the tour, and that's it. And it's not even like big. So when I went to Chicago the last time for the Omega X tour, there was a mutual of mine on Twitter who was at the event selling her fan-made merch, and she had photo card holders, and she had this tote bag that she had designed, and it was absolutely amazing. I immediately bought it because I love the artistry on it. It actually had good meaning behind it, and I was supporting someone that I cared about. There are also a lot of cute either photo card holders or collect books or sticky notes or washi tape or sweaters or t-shirts that I feel like I would enjoy more and not be afraid to wear it and not be afraid to enjoy it, unlike official K-pop merch. Now that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop buying official merch. I literally just bought myself the Yeosang tour photo card and postcard set as a Christmas gift to myself, but I didn't feel compelled to buy it because it was a photo card. I wanted to buy it as a piece of memorabilia from my concerts that I went to. So I want to focus more on supporting the small businesses, supporting fans who are trying to give back to the K-pop community with their creativity. And maybe that'll put some creativity into me as well, so that way I can keep doing the same thing. But yeah, that was the entirety of my life and K-pop collection update video. The raw footage is a lot longer than I intended it to be, but I did stop myself a lot of times to prevent myself from rambling, so it's give or take. But thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for coming to my channel, and be on the lookout for an updated photo card collection video coming soon.